In this video, we are going to discuss a problem on requirement of working capital or estimation of requirement of working capital. See here, you are requested by Telangana Paper Mill Limited to estimate working capital requirement for the level of activity of 6,24,000 units of production. Add 5% for safety, that is contingency. It provides the following information. You may assume that production is carried throughout the year, wages and overhead expenses accrued similarly, and the time period of 4 weeks is equivalent to a month. See here, we need to calculate the working capital requirement for the level of activity of 6,24,000 units. See here, what is the budgeted production? Here 6,24,000 units. Here we have to add 5% for safety, that is contingency reserve. So here the following information is provided. Here we have to assume that the production is carried on throughout the year, wages and overhead expenses accrued similarly, and time period of 4 weeks is equivalent to a month. So here 4 weeks is equivalent to a month. Here this is a information. Raw material rupees 90 per unit, labor, direct labor rupees 40 per unit, overheads rupees 80 per unit, total cost. See here, total cost is nothing but raw material, labor and overheads, that is equals to total cost rupees 210. Add profit. Here profit is added 60 rupees, then the selling price 270. Total cost plus profit is equals to selling price 270. So this is the cost data which is available from Telangana Paper Mill Limited. Now some additional information is also provided. See, raw materials in stock 1 month. So raw materials holding period means 1 month. Materials in process, that means work in process. Materials in process half a month, that is half month. Finished goods in stock 4 weeks. So finished goods. So here finished goods are in stock about 4 weeks. Next, credit allowed by suppliers 1 month. So here the credit period allowed by suppliers is 1 month. Fifth one, credit allowed to customers 8 weeks. See here, credit allowed to customers, that is on sales we are allowing 8 weeks of credit period. Lag in payment of wages 1.5 week. So there is a delay in payment of wages 1.5 week. And the last one, lag in payment of overheads 1 week. So there is a delay in payment of wages, overheads, that is 1 week. See, 20% sales are cash sales. So out of 6,24,000 units of production, here how much sales are cash sales? 20% sales are cash sales. That means remaining 80% sales are credit sales, and cash at bank is expected to be 60,000. So here the minimum cash balance is expected to be rupees 60,000. Now we'll solve the problem. Based on this information, we have to solve the problem. Here look at the solution. Estimation of requirement of working capital for the level of activity 6,24,000 units. Now here the first step is estimation of current assets. Here raw material, work in process, under work in process raw material, labor, overheads and finished goods, debtors, minimum cash balance, etc. Coming to estimation of current liabilities, creditors, outstanding expenses, wages, overheads, then total of current liabilities, net working capital and contingency. See here, first we will go for a calculation part. After the calculation part, we will come to this pro forma. Now look at the calculation part. Here, calculation of current assets, raw materials. See here, to calculate what is the amount of raw materials, here to calculate what is the amount of raw materials. Now we are doing this calculation. See, budgeted production in units. So here budgeted production in units 6,24,000 into raw material cost per unit is given as 90 rupees per unit. So 90 into average holding period. See here, look at the first point, materials in stock 1 month. So 1 month is equivalent to 4 weeks. So 4 divided by the number of weeks per annum 52, that is equals to 43,20,000. See here, 6,24,000 into 90 into 4 divided by 52, that is equals to 43,20,000. So here raw materials amount 43,20,000. Next we will see how to calculate work in process. Right, see here, work in process 6 lakhs budgeted production. First raw material budgeted production in units 6,24,000 into raw material cost per unit, that is 90 rupees into average holding period. See here, in the given problem, look at the second point, materials in process half a month anadu. So half month means that is 2 weeks, because 1 month is equivalent to 4 weeks, then half month equivalent to 2 weeks. So here 2 weeks divided by 52, that is equals to, see, 6,24,000 into 90 into 2 divided by 52, that is equals to 21,60,000. Okay, so here the raw materials is 21,60,000. Next, labor 6,24,000, that is budgeted production in units 6,24,000 into labor cost per unit. See here, actually the labor cost per unit is given in the problem is 40, but in the given problem the work completion stage is not given. So we have to assume that the work completion stage is 50%. The work completion stage is 50% for labor as well as for overheads. So that is why the reason only 50% of the labor cost we are taking right now here. So what is the 50% of labor cost? Here the 50% of labor cost is 20 rupees, because the labor cost is rupees 40 given in the problem. So here 20 into 2 divided by 52, that is equals to average holding period is half month, 2 divided by 52. That means 6,24,000 into 20 into 2 divided by 52, the amount will be 4,80,000. So here that is the amount of labor. And next, overheads budgeted production in units into overhead cost per unit into average holding period. See, 6,24,000 into 40 into 2 divided by 52. So here actually the overhead cost per unit is given in the problem 80, that is 80, but we are taking rupees 40 because 50% of work completion, because of 50% of work completion. So 6,24,000 into 40 into 2 divided by 52, that is equals to 9,60,000. Okay, see here, raw materials 21,60,000, labor 4,80,000 and overheads 9,60,000. Then the total value here 21,60,000, 4,80,000, 9,60,000. Here the total value of work in process, that is 36 lakhs. Next we'll see how to calculate finished goods. See here, finished goods is equals to budgeted production in units into total cost per unit into average holding period. See here, budgeted production 6,24,000 into, here what is the total cost? Here the total cost is 210. See, 210 into 4, here see, look at the third point, that is finished goods in stock 4 weeks. So here the average holding period of finished goods is 4 weeks. So that is equals to 4 divided by 52. That means 6,24,000 into 210 into 4 divided by 52. That is equals to 1,80,000 rupees. The value of finished goods is 1,80,000 rupees. Now we have taken here one finished goods, here 1,80,000 rupees. Okay, next Debtors. See here, net credit sales into total cost per unit into credit period allowed to customers. So here look at the fifth point, credit allowed to customers 8 weeks అన్నాడు. So here the credit period allowed to customers is 8 weeks. So here debtors net credit sales. So now first we have to calculate net credit sales. See here the last point, credit sales 80%. That means in the given problem 20% sales are cash sales. That means remaining 80% sales are credit sales. Now here we are calculating credit sales. Credit sales 80%. 6,24,000 into 80 divided by 100, that is equals to 4,99,200 units. 4,99,200 units. So here 4,99,200. See 4,99,200 into here profits are ignored, only total cost will be taken here. So here the total cost per unit is 210 into here credit period allowed to customers 8 weeks, that is equals to 8 by 52. So 4,99,200 into 210 into 8 divided by 52, that is equals to 1,61,28,000. So here we have taken debtors 1,61,28,000. And next see here the minimum cash balance is given in the problem 60,000. The minimum cash balance is given in the problem 60,000. Now here the total of current assets 43,20,000 plus 36 lakhs plus 1,80,000 plus 1,61,28,000 and minimum cash balance 60,000. Then the total of current assets is equals to 3,41,88,000. Okay, 3,41,88,000. Now let us discuss what is the amount of creditors under current liabilities. See here, to calculate creditors, here the formula is budgeted production in units into average raw material cost per unit into average holding period. See here, budgeted production in units 6,20,000 into labor cost, raw material cost per unit 90 into average holding period is 4. See here, creditors credit allowed by suppliers 1 month. So credit allowed by suppliers 1 month, that is equals to 4 divided by 52. That is equals to 4 divided by 52. Okay, so 6,24,000 into 90 divided by 90 into 4 divided by 52, that is equals to 43,20,000. Here the value of creditors is equals to 43,20,000. The value of creditors is equals to 43,20,000. Now we'll see what is the amount of outstanding expenses. See here, wages, budgeted production in units into labor cost per unit into time lag in payment of wages. Here the time lag in payment of wages is given 1.5 week and time lag in payment of overheads is given 1 week. 1.5 week and 1 week. Now see here, wages 6,24,000. Here 6,24,000. See 6,24,000 into labor cost per unit 40 into time lag in payment of wages 1.5 weeks. 1.5 divided by 52, that is equals to 7,20,000. That is equals to 7,20,000. Similarly, here overhead calculation also will be made. Here 6,24,000 budgeted production into overhead cost per unit 80 into time lag in payment of overheads, that is equals to 1 week. That is 1 divided by 52, that is equals to 9,60,000. See here, outstanding expenses, wages 7,20,000 and overheads 9,60,000. See here, outstanding outstanding expenses, wages 7,20,000, 9,60,000, together 16,80,000. See here, what is the total of current liabilities means 43,20,000 creditors plus outstanding expenses 16,80,000, that is equals to 60 lakhs. Now what is net working capital? So net working capital nothing but current assets minus current liabilities. So here what are the current assets? 3,41,88,000. So 3,41,88,000 minus what are the current liabilities? 60 lakhs. So 3,41,88,000 minus 60 lakhs, then the amount will be 2,81,88,000. 2,81,88,000, that is a net working capital. So now the last step, that is add contingency fund. So here in the given problem, here the reserve is 5%. Here add 5% for safety. So here net working capital is 2,81,88,000 into 5 divided by 100, that is equals to 14,09,400. Now 2,81,88,000. 2,81,88,000 plus 14,09,400, that is equals to 2,95,97,400. This is the amount of requirement of working capital. This is the amount of requirement of working capital. See, if you observe in the problem, actually some of the additional information, some are given in months, some are given in weeks. See here, week, this is finished goods in stock week, lag in payment of wages in week, and credit allowed to customers is in week, lag in payment of overheads, it is in week. So some information is provided in the problem in terms of weeks, and some information is provided in the problem in terms of months. So it is better to convert them into smallest values, that is weeks. So that is why the reason in the calculation part we have taken here 52 weeks per year. Okay, so if you have to observe that in the given problem the additional information is given in terms of weeks and months, then it is better to convert all the information into weeks. So that is 1 month is equals to 4 weeks. 8 weeks means 8 divided by 52, like that we have to do the problem. So this is the entire procedure for the calculation of requirement of working capital or calculation of requirement of working capital. So this is the entire problem. So I hope you understood, and in the next problem we will discuss another, we can say that another model of the problem or another some difficult problem of the requirement of working capital. Until then, bye bye, thank you.